Well, I guess we're up now. Yeah. So this is HP3 GBA.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is the last RPG in this series. Coming after 1 and 2 GBC. And yeah. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, me too.
Right screen.
Make sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I guess first thing to mention about this game is you can advance like text boxes the frame they appear. So yeah, we're basically just mashing the A button as fast as we can every time that text boxes come up to just get through text as fast as possible.
I got bad book, RNG. Book attacked first.
No crit.
I got lucky. Yeah, so in the fights, some of the fights, the turns are random. So here, for example, the book can be first, and you start losing time if that happens right away.
It's mostly just the early fights that have random turn order, but there can be some later on. Oh, yeah. So one thing about this game, as is typical with RPGs, is we're going to be very under-leveled for pretty much the entire game. Things can kill us very easily, and it means that we're usually going close to last against most bosses.
Someone gonna try to do RNG manip?
I'm gonna do manip on River Troll, and that's it.
Ooh, okay. Should be interesting for people to watch.
Yeah, that's the only one that doesn't lose like a minute.
It is annoying that it loses so much time.
Yeah, it's a cool strat. Cool strats, but yeah, they just lose so much time.
So those blue things in the way, they are random encounters. So you want to avoid them as much as possible, but sometimes they are just right in the way. It's not possible sometimes.
There are some parts late in the game where there's just like really narrow hallways, and it can become almost impossible to avoid enemies.
Yeah. Best part of the game.
Also, just so happens that in that area there are enemies that like it can just be impossible to win against. They can paralyze you, and then you can't run, you can't attack, you just die. So that's fun.
Good old save before the rat.
So this rat fight,
Oh,
this
no.
is the single hardest fight in the entire game. Because there's about a 60 to 70% chance that we just lose. So if the rat goes first, you're dead. He 2-shots you, you 3-shot him. Even if you go first, if the rat gets 2 high damage rolls in a row, he can kill you before you can kill him. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, you can-
like that. So
You can still win even if you go second, but you need to crit or you need the rat to miss so at least once.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I unfortunately got wrecked in my first attempt.
Same hit.
I went second, so I guess we're all in attempt 2.
I went second the second time as well.
That's the wrong save
on.
file.
Okay, I'm past.
Okay, I just lost more time by entering the wrong save file.
So yeah, there's a way to manipulate the rat to have like guaranteed winnable fights, but it requires you to save and restart the console. And every time you do that, you lose 30 seconds to a minute. So it's possible to RNG manipulate, but it's really bad in any kind of world record attempt. If you do RNG manip, you're pretty much guaranteed to not get it.
Yeah. Record in this game is fairly decent.
Yeah, do not say impossible to beat, but it's like really good actually.
There's a reason it stood for so long.
I think it's like the second. It's like one of the longest standing like individual records, not like reigns, but like the actual record itself.
It's second to HP4 GBA 100%.
I think that's like, it's by like 6 days as well.
Yeah, only by a couple of days. So, we're gonna be choosing Hermione pretty much anytime that we have a choice between characters. Each character has like spells that are unique to that character. Ron's spell, Alohomora, is incredibly slow. It has a super long animation, and most of the other areas that we have to use him, yeah, he just, yeah, slow stuff. One of the later sections, we also have to deal with him using Spongify on tiles, which has just this long animation of you bouncing. So pretty much every time that we can choose between Ron and Harry or Hermione and Harry, we're going to be choosing Hermione. Or, yeah, not choosing Ron.
Also, obviously, at the end of the game, if people know the story, Ron becomes unavailable.
Unfortunately, he becomes available at the one spot in the game where we could really kind of use him.
Oh, damn.
It's difficult trying to explain things and play games at the same time, especially if you aren't prepared with explanations beforehand. Okay, so coming up here in about 30 seconds is like the newest discovery we've made in this game, and something that I'm very angry about. So, every time that you level up, it fully restores your HP and magic and all that, which is really important because it gives us much better chances to win against certain bosses. There's one boss that we're like traditionally super close to being able to level up before it, but it has never been guaranteed. There's some randomness in the amount of RNG that you get. Except in this room that I'm in right now, the game looks like it's giving 10 experience points to Ron and 10 experience points to Hermione, but instead it's giving all 20 of them to Hermione unless you switch characters right when you enter the room. So we've had this random level up in the run for years, and now we find out that the game's just broken.
Like we noticed before that there were some inconsistencies for one of the later fights. Sometimes Ron would be higher level, and sometimes be barely under. It would be very little XP for him to level up, but he was not quite leveled up yet, and he had very low health at that point, and he just died in one of the fights. And I don't know, it was something weird we noticed, but we didn't really know why. But what Myelin just explained is the reason why.
Yeah, so every time that we like push a block to and get experience from it, the game will give any player that isn't present a random amount of experience points. It's usually around how much everyone else gets, but it's typically less. So when we so yeah, the amount of experience that Ron gets throughout the run is just random, and it just so happens to be random enough that it's inconsistent whether or not he levels up or not.
Got critted by the snake.
Wow.
I'm having a good run. And I also missed Incendio.
I didn't use the Whisper Cracker. I, some reason, used the other thing. Rip.
So throughout this run, you're going to see us opening a lot of chests to get cards. If you get particular combinations of 3 cards, they'll give Harry like a special spell that he can use. Some of them deal damage, some of them heal players, some of them give extra experience or defense. And that's basically the only way that we're going to be able to finish this game, because as I mentioned, we're super under-leveled, and the bosses at the end of the game just deal a ton of damage.
Yeah, so that Wizard Cracker is a special move that Ron has, and it deals 20 damage no matter what. So it is kind of useful for early game. But, well, as you will see, Hermione's and Harry's special moves are much more useful.
The one other nice thing about the Wizard Cracker is that it has a really fast animation.
Yeah.
So there are fights where we could be using a more powerful attack, but the amount of damage that we deal isn't quite as important as the length of the animation. So when we get to Care of Magical Creatures in the Forest, you'll be seeing us use the Wizard Crackers quite a bit.
Went all the way to the last wagon, and I forgot to talk to a guy.
Yeah, there's that little text box, and yeah. I've had that happen more times than I care to admit.
I just grabbed the potion, I went out again.
It seems like I had some better luck on Rat and on the train fight, so yeah. There's plenty of time for everyone else to catch up. This game can be really volatile.
Last Potterthon, when we did the race with me, Mike and Zin, I was ahead by like a minute and then lost a ton of time to Whomping Willow. And then Mike went ahead and won. So it is literally anyone's game.
Especially in an area like Willow.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of time that can be saved or lost there.
Is anyone doing the risky strat for Crab and Goyle?
No. I'm saving and going for the safe strat.
Me too.
Should have gone for the no bludges strat. Sounds fun.
I remember looking into it, it's just like it's too hard to win that fight.
I think I've gotten it once in a run and saved like 15 seconds or something. It's really not worth it going to like ridiculously top times.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get frustrated with that one. Just resetting over and over with that.
Yeah, if I hadn't used the defense up, I think I would be dead right now. He's attacked... Both characters have attacked Harry, like, every time.
Attack Harry. Nice. This should be fine.
Oh god, they both went first.
Unless I miss every single attack from now on, I should win this. Oh, okay, there's one miss.
Oh god, crit me. Hermione's dead. I think I'm resetting that one. Was still a chance for me to win, but even if I had won, it would have been really slow.
Yeah, this is the first time that I'm using Hermione's special ability. Those are all just... Yeah, there's one that raises... A second time. One that raises the defense of characters, one that raises the offense of a character, and one that gives us extra EXP. So we're going to use extra EXP for 2 of these book fights in here, just to make sure we get to some specific threshold levels later on in the game. And then we're going to use some attack up to make the last couple go faster.
Now a crit, of course. No. They killed her again. That's crazy.
You're not having the best of luck in that fight.
Yeah. Not gonna reset this time though. I'll try to just roll with the punches here.
I'm gonna skip that. Hermione is dead. Such a PG game. So yeah, on these book fights, when we use Defendo and Incendio with Harry and Hermione, we're only like 10-15 damage short of killing the book. So one use of the Wizard Cracker is enough to kill them. And one thing we didn't mention earlier, when you use... It's not working this time. When you use Lumos, you're not allowed to cast any other spells until the animation ends. So we pause the game to cut off that timer.
It lasts for like a ridiculously long amount of time, which
Yeah.
is useful for some bits, but not here.
That guaranteed web strat that I thought I found, it's failed me twice now.
Yeah, that's really precise. It almost seems random.
I had
Just
a
to precise.
strat that worked like 3 times in a row, and now it refuses.
Yeah, I've had that before. I think I figured it out, but just disappointment.
The battle music, or the just walking around in the forest music. The battle music. Harry's very low on health. Actually, that's fine.
This magical creature section is usually very important, like in PB attempts, because you can get like 1 crit per fight, which is really good, or sometimes you'll just miss like once per fight, which is just really bad.
Yeah, missing a Defendo cast is like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Because MP is also like MP route is kind of important in this. There's a couple of spots where we like literally have no MP to spare. That's a nice crit. The GBA games are really underrated.
I'm missing one crit so far. Oh, basically just normal.
Shoot, that's a mistake. I should have used it, Hermione. Forgot to use the potion. Wasted a turn, that's fine.
And so those potions that fill up your MP points, your magic points, they are actually really important to the route because there's only a few. So we use them. We try to use them in the best possible spots. We would love to have more, actually.
There's a couple more in the game, but they're all in awkward spots. Like, there's one in the Great Hall, but the only time that we're in the Great Hall, it's really out of the way to grab it.
That's the thing, there's a lot there. This game has quite a lot of areas that you just never see, even in, like, 100% runs.
The one nice thing, like, I've always thought it was annoying. We get every card required to get, there's a 3 level up item in this game. And we are literally, there's one chest we have to open and we could get it, but it's really far out of the way. And the extra levels don't help enough for it to really be worth it to go grab. So it's cool that we can do that in 100% because we have to get those chests anyways, but I've always been a little disappointed that we can't use that.
I got a crit Defindo on the Venomous, whatever it is, the end plant thing.
Nice.
That thing.
I got one on the last book, but nothing on Tentacular.
I'm 2 misses, 1 crit, but one of the misses was Defindo, so rip.
Whoops, I almost just picked Ron and Hermione.
You really want to use Ron? That doesn't screw you over at all.
They Defindo crit, so I'm even.
Yo, there wasn't an enemy guarding the chest. The Daisy Roots chest in potions, like, pretty much every time it has a enemy in front of it.
I always feel like I avoid that enemy to grab at the chest, and then the enemy runs into me whilst the animation's happening of opening the chest.
Yeah. Or you'll like get around the enemy, but it takes a really long time. You wonder, was it really worth it for me to dodge that enemy?
Oh
Okay.
my god. You crit Harry in the tentacular fight, it's dead.
This is the one time in the run that I'll be using RNG manipulation. If I press start on one of the first 2 frames possible, I can get a basically a guaranteed seed. I can use locations of enemies on the screen to figure out the fastest way for me to kill this fight.
Gonna have to improvise here.
Okay. That's not good. That's the wrong one.
Did you fail the manip?
Yes. I'll try to win anyways. I don't think I will. Yeah, okay. That's about a minute lost. Oh well. Yeah, I was a frame late, so.
Wow.
Okay, I had to win with Flipendos in the tentacular fight, but I did it. I didn't die.
It's not the crit I want in this fight, I think, anyway. Just got a nice Harry Incendio crit on the troll fight.
Seems to be 53 damage to Harry. It's 58. That's the same one I just got. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Let me make sure this is actually the wrong minute. You should deal 70 to Harry if it's the correct seed. Yeah, this is the wrong one. Well, I got the same seed twice in a row.
Cool. Okay, I've defeated the troll.
Oh, this sucks.
The troll's probably one of the scariest fights in any percent. Because it can just go completely tits up.
What the heck? Did I just hit it again?
You guys are too tired from the troll fight. You can wait a little bit. Fine.
This is my 4th troll fight. This is awful.
The troll fight's the best fight though. Like, I don't know. Like, you're lucky that you get to fight it so many times. 100% is not actually that bad. It's, yeah, all cards, all folio entries as well, so you have to investigate all the enemies and get their info.
Yeah, 100% goes to a new game +1.
Yeah, there's one card that we can't get.
Finally, I hit a seed that I know what to do.
I think when I was a kid, one of my favorite parts about this game was the spell you could use on the enemies for the info. I don't know why I liked it so much. But there were some enemies that were really tricky to find.
Yeah, I think my New Game Plus file that I use still has some enemies missing. still never sure why the Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson happened in the staff room.
I know in the books it was because that's where the Bogart was. It was in the closet in the staff room.
Why is there a boggart in a closet in the staff room?
Because they like dark places or something like that. Well, that was like 3.5 minutes lost because I couldn't hit 2 frames.
You're still ahead of me.
Yeah.
That's why manips are so awful, because they are literally frame perfect.
I could probably route out more manips for this fight, but
Yeah, having to sit down and like work out when you get crits and what works for each thing and trying to do optimal attacks is awful.
those take a while.
Mr. Glacius.
Oh my god. 100% is like 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. It's not very long. Yeah, I lost 4 minutes to potions. That's a shame.
At least I had a spare potion because I didn't even get the chance to use it on Harry and the Tentacula. It just killed me before that.
The only GBA game we're not playing is HP3. I suppose Quidditch World Cup as well.
Funnily enough, no
But everything
one's
else.
HP5.
I don't know if anyone's really ever submitted HP5.
I ran it
Oh wait,
once this year.
I know you ran it once, and then Anime submitted it once, and we kind of said no because 5DS is tricky to record.
Yeah. And then Purple ran it in like 3 or 2.
Okay.
That was the first record of the game. At Potterthon.
Someone have a timer? You know?
I have a timer running.
What's the time?
13:30 or 37:30. What is
Oh god.
We're really far
Yeah.
ahead of world record if it's 13:30.
13:30.
No, like it's possible to get 29 potions, and this is like almost 8 minutes slower. Jesus. Well, for me, I mean, yeah.
I'm just about to enter the library for Defense Against Dark Arts.
Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. That's fine. The HP1 GBA's got some cool stuff in it. It's still probably as aggravating as everyone remembers, but it's got some cool stuff in it.
Yeah, it's a brutal game.
It has a really hard skip, from what I understand.
Just everything's just like if you fail something and you fall off a ledge. Oh, I can't speak English today apparently. If you fall off like a ledge or something, you just lose multiple minutes.
Ow.
Oh, I went back up the stairs.
Insane.
What? I hate how buggy the stairs are in this game.
Yeah, there's like one set where you just cannot go down them very well. You like end up going back up again and then down and then like, around a corner. That was not right at all. Just messed up entirely.
No, I did it again. That third floor landing, both ways. I'm very glad that these games don't have completely random encounters. I wouldn't want to have to think about that.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I don't think anyone would run it. People would, but it'd be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
That was the case. It would probably be worth to do some of them for levels, but yeah, it would be just awful compared to
That, or we'd
this.
have to try to RNG manip like literally everything.
Oh yeah, that's...
I was about to say Manips would become a lot more popular.
But then frame perfect movement, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah. The problem with this game is that you have diagonal inputs on the movement, so that makes it weird. Plan for anything.
Oh, nice crit on the book.
I think emulator is just cursed for marathon runs. Because last time Sin also had really bad luck.
I don't get why someone like torn up a book and put the pages in different chests around the library.
Probably Malfoy or something, just trying to cause trouble.
Yeah, but right, would he bother with putting them in chests? Like,
Yeah, they'd probably be in the lake or something.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned it, but if you get a random encounter, it's also random whether you can run away or not.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll literally be like stuck for like 4 or 5 attempts trying to run away, taking damage. Isn't too
It's unlucky when you can't, because I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly sure from experience that it's more likely that you run away. But yeah, it's just unlucky when you can't.
I think this is the second time in any run of mine that I have managed to not use Wingardium Leviosa on the book fight.
Nice.
That gets me every time that you have to press left twice at the start of the fight. That's a nice crit.
Did you get a Defindo crit?
And an Incendio crit.
Oh, nice.
And the book still hasn't, like, come... It's still stunned, so... I haven't used Spongify yet.
That's super nice when it happens.
I don't know if you actually mentioned it. Petrificus Totalis. You can use that to stun enemies, and the number of turns they stay stunned for is completely random. Sometimes they'll literally stay stunned for 1 turn and just get free straight away. Sometimes it'll be like 5 turns. It's completely random.
I do think that as turns go by, though, the probability of them moving again increases.
Yeah, it increases a lot.
Yeah.
There are some fights
Must
in the
be,
game
like-
where it's like practically impossible to even get 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, run. Oh, uh-oh. Hmm. Jesus.
Why did I grab that?
So Ron doesn't have enough magic points because I had to use him for the Tentacula.
Oh, he didn't level up?
No, he didn't. Apparently, I forgot what you were saying at the beginning.
Yeah, you have to swap for the
Yeah.
bar.
I think I swapped, but after the first bar, so it didn't work.
I thought that would work. It might not. I need to look into it again. I didn't test it as much as I should have. That's the chest I need to grab.
I think I can win. It's just gonna be slow because won't be able to use Defindo as much.
Like, we just go and show Hagrid the broom, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't care. My Buckbeak's dying." And we're like, "Oh, okay, cool. We'll help. Don't care about the."
Okay, Defindo crit. That kind of saves it.
Time to go right back where we just left.
We should have had a donation incentive to play the mini games.
To play the minigames.
Everyone wants to do wizard crackers.
How difficult is menuing to get out of that minigame? It sucks.
It just takes so long for it to actually register.
Yeah. You know the run's going back when it's going bad when you have to use Flipendo with Harry on the book fight. That wasn't that awful. I got a couple crits, so yeah. I'm holding on.
So this section after Defense Against Dark Arts in the library, there's just lots of like plot and not really much else going on. You have to walk sort of from place to place and just talk to different people.
I guess they intended for you to do some exploring while you were at that, but obviously, speedrun, we are not interested in that.
Well, we should have like explore percent. We have to go to every floor. I'm gonna have a look around.
Wait, so in... Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna ask that if in 100% you have to get all the information of the enemies, right? So, but you guys also said that you don't have to go to every area, so it's actually possible. I mean,
I think
enemies...
we visit every floor, but you'll go onto a floor for like 30 seconds, grab 2 enemies, and leave.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of rooms that we never enter just because we don't have to. They'll have cards that we can buy somewhere else, or enemies that appear in a couple other locations.
Okay, because I don't actually remember, like, if you had to go to every area to get all the enemies, or...
We actually have to like re-enter the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom and the staff room and all of that at a later point because there are enemies that spawn there that only spawn in those rooms. But yeah, there's like 4th and 5th floor classrooms that we never go in.
I've been saying I'm gonna do 100% for like 1 year or something, and I never get around to it.
I should go back and do another run or 2 of that.
Yeah, there's the new route as well. I changed some stuff just to streamline grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
I also added a death warp.
You managed to get one in there? That's cool.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
one.
that's really cool.
You can do one in Defense Against the Dark Arts to the hospital wing. It doesn't save much time, but it does save time.
Cool. Because I've been thinking, like, in any percent, it would be faster to get one on the River Troll if you could get everything perfect. So, like, Tass will probably do a death warp there, but
Yeah.
there
How's
isn't
the
really
task
anywhere
going?
else to be worth it. I haven't touched it in a while. I've been too focused on all of this.
Fair enough. What do you mean? There's not really much that goes into this. What are you on about?
You know, we've only changed the schedule like 12 times.
Cool. So, just before we go into the end game, we go to the shop and basically sell everything we own, and then buy a ton of cards and stuff. 2 grand per card. And then we buy millions of chocolate frogs. See if I got lucky. Cool, okay.
Did you hit the chest?
I did not hit the chest.
I'm so bad at getting past that chest.
I always go super high though. I walk up to like the ceiling of the room.
You have to do that if you want to be sure that you avoid it.
I don't even remember what's in. It's like a really useless card in that chest.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it were something that we needed anyways.
I think we always mention this, but in earlier routes, like 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember, you wouldn't buy those cards and you would just try to power your way through the end game with RNG, basically.
Yeah. The route used to be that you'd take a like a 2.5 minute detour to go and grab a cloak to get yourself a ton of defense. Well, I say a ton, it was like 2. But used to take this huge detour up around the school to get that cloak, and then that got taken out very quickly.
That's the one outside by like the greenhouse, isn't it?
There's one like you go up around the top and then like down the like tiers and stuff.
It's so far out of the way.
It's probably like 2 minutes, like to go and come back or something.
Like it would have been faster to at the end of the game go to Fred and George and just buy equipment.
Yeah, that route was not the best route, but it's what we had.
That is the best sound effect in the entire series.
Whoa!
Now you're gonna have good RNG because you made the sound effect. That's how it works.
If only.
I'm still talking to Lupin.
I'm fighting one people at the moment.
I'm gonna save before buying cards because I really don't want to have to wing these fights.
Yeah, not having the right cards will really squeeze you over.
Ooh. Okay. That's fine, but that's gonna be slow. I only have 2 bludgers. But I have 4 Sonorous.
Yeah, that's...
It'll be a little slow, but it'll be fine.
I think actually, not 100% sure again, just by experience, but I think Sonorous Charm is faster than
It's
Bludgers.
a couple of seconds slower, I think, we figured.
Really? Damn.
It's
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 seconds.
That's why it is important to time your strats kits, because sometimes just by the eye you can't tell.
Hermione got destroyed by the Walking Willow. Every single attack was on Hermione.
Wow. How are we beating the Whomping Willow? Girding all. It cuts their attack, or it doubles our defense. Cuts the amount of damage they deal in half. So I guess that's not doubling defense, but still. That makes a huge difference.
That's risky.
I think I just unconsciously thought it was better to use Sonorous Charm just because the Bludgers are so loud and it's annoying.
Whoa. Now give me good RNG too, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make the sound when I get there too.
So, what inside Whomping Willow is possibly the worst section of the entire run. Because there's so many like thin corridors that you just have to try and navigate your way through, and enemies spawn randomly in them.
A lot of the enemies that spawn here too can stun you, and if that happens, it's basically impossible to get away. You just have to wait for the character to either die or wake up. Wow, one turn. No, dude. Missed the defender. Also, this is one fight where you really want to make sure you don't use Wingardium Leviosa. It deals 1 damage every time against the Willow.
Oh no, please don't hit me. For God's sake. Got critted by a random encounter.
Okay, got my cards.
No! 2 misses?
What, 2 defender misses?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
And Hermione is about to die too.
At least you're gonna get Incendio Duo faster.
Yeah, I don't have it because Hermione died.
I'm gonna replenish SP because I don't want Hermione to die. Marathon strats. Oh, come on!
Like we said, anything can happen in this game.
Except encounterless Shrieking Shack, that one's a myth.
Oh, that will never happen. Like, I don't think that will ever happen.
Please stop hitting Harry.
What?
Okay, now we're all gonna be doomed to terrible RNG.
Can I get encounterless ice puzzle? That's the question.
Of course that attack misses.
No, I can't.
I hope I remember how to do these endgame fights. I think I already messed up. Yeah, I should paralyze first there. Yeah,
I don't know if this is the right move, but I'm gonna do it.
Only got 1 encounter in the ice sliding puzzle. Which I will take.
Okay. Leveled up. I didn't use extra EXP. Okay. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I almost forgot that too. So I forgot. I just forgot how to do the fight. I started with one technique when I should have started with paralyze. Ooh, 2 crits.
Where are you guys?
Oh my god. First room of Willow,
Oh, okay.
and I've already gotten 3 encounters.
I'm in the Willow fight. Have to heal here.
I'm a little disappointed that I used 2 Grand Wiggenwelds in that, but there's nothing, or Grand Pepper Ups, but there's not much I could have done.
Don't just run away from the fight. No. Thank you.
shoot, I'm not gonna make this.
Oh, no, I need to save the game.
Just barely missed the 1 cycle on the Lumos. If you stand in just the right spot, you can make that.
Okay, the tree's down. Yikes.
Oops, wrong spot again.
Hasn't got anything to do yet. Not nice.
Do I remember the movement in this area?
Don't miss
I
him.
guess is no.
I already got 4 encounters, which is just the first part of the shack.
I could have avoided that one.
It's going to be a very slow troll fight.
So I at one point had like a full RNG manip route for this entire game, but one of the problems that it ran into was that troll fight. It's hard to guarantee the RNG manip like got too many crits, so that Hermione didn't level up Incendio Duo, which makes that fight really slow.
I've had to reset because Harry died to a crit.
Ah. The card in the shack itself, that's part of like replenish SP, isn't it?
I think it's Girding All.
Okay.
Actually,
Not what
no,
I
forget about it. I don't know. It's been too long. No, it's Oliphant. I know that's like the name of the
Okay.
card. So in a previous route, sometimes, and since you didn't buy the cards from the shop, sometimes you would get the Girding All like randomly. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I don't remember what happened, but sometimes you would get that card as a backup, basically.
Is that the card that you dropped from?
Ah,
the
right.
fights?
Yeah.
Maybe.
From the snake?
Yeah.
Because the snake is Miranda, whatever, and Phoenix.
Carmilla something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Nice controller.
Oh no. Thank God it missed.
Keep missing spells. Not having a good fight.
I probably should have saved the whole fight.
It's really weird. I've gotten like 10 encounters, but I've been able to escape every single one.
Most of them aren't hard to escape. It's just the
Skeletons.
skeletons.
Oh no, talking about skeletons.
Extra EXP. I can't do EXP yet. I have to do potions. Okay. Yeah, not using the extra EXP on the tree fight is gonna hurt because I'm not at 60 MP on Hermione.
Yeah. I don't know if it would be worth it to use it in the troll though, maybe, for the last 2 fights.
The troll is like really low EXP.
Yeah, like usually in the route it's not the way to go, but maybe
I'm still gonna use it. It'll help with Malfoy a bit, but
yeah, should.
I just have to use a lot of potions.
You could. Oh, I was gonna say you probably already used proper one technique.
Yeah, I did.
You can layer the good study habits with extra EXP to get extra EXP.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about Hermione's MP than anything in this fight. That extra 4 would have helped a lot. This better world record. World record is in a minute.
Yeah, like even getting 15 is really tough.
Yeah, honestly, record just got very lucky in a lot of fights.
And today, we have not.
Nope. This run's gone better than the last Potterthon run I did.
Tempted to not save here, but I kind of need to. No. That's bad.
I really kind of need to keep that last replenish MP. Let's try to get away without using it. This will be slow, but... Okay, it's fine. Made it out of troll.
I'm just about to head into Lupin. Will be fun. It's really annoying you can't manip this fight.
Well, you can manip it.
Well, yeah.
It's just really annoying that manipping it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so one of the things we were really excited about with RNG manipulation when we first started testing it was, hey, that means we can manipulate the Lupin fight and literally cut it in half. We can, like, guarantee a crit on every hit. You can crit Lupin, just not with Buckbeak, and Buckbeak is the only character that deals more than 1 damage a turn.
That
So,
sucks.
yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Oh, Jesus.
Your level does actually matter on Lupin. As your level increases, the amount of damage that Buckbeak deals goes up, but it takes a lot of levels for it to start to matter. So, like, we do 49 damage per hit with Lupin at the level we are in any percent. In New Game Plus, we deal something like 78 instead. And that's the difference between level 12, or level 18 and level 99.
I had to reset the troll fight. I went for a gamble. I had to heal Hermione, but I just went for it. hoping that it wouldn't attack her, but didn't work out.
So it's my sound playing. I'm sorry for everyone who's listening to Bludgers now.
Yeah, world record was like 2 minutes ago, say. 1:12:21 is the current world record. We just passed 1 hour 15 minutes. I walked straight into an encounter. Okay. There was an encounter like a pretty decent distance to the right of me. I have plenty of room to walk around it, but just out of habit, I was holding right out of the cutscene before Lupin, and I walked straight into the encounter. Could not have beelined that more. Yep, 999 MP and no 0 spells. There were bow truckles. There weren't any imps. There were bow truckles. We just skipped them all. A couple of frogs.
I think. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which frogs they are. I'm trying to remember if they're frogs or toads.
They might be. They're either the bullfrogs or the toads. I don't remember. I can't remember where any of these freaking card combos are. So now that I've used Phemos and Trifios Totalis, Hermione's kind of useless. So we're just gonna, like, mash Flipendo with her because it's fast. And then you make Harry use Bludgers until Lupin dies.
Nearly chose Harry for the rooftop.
Ooh.
This has not been good.
I think I remember I did a race with Liam or something and he accidentally chose Harry. He's just like, yeah, I don't know what to do for that. You're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, you're stuck with trying to do Harry.
And there are some really OP flamethrowers in Harry's side, and when they touch you, you just get warped to the beginning. It's really bad.
Meanwhile,
yeah, fun.
Meanwhile, Hermione's side is like incredibly easy.
Well, Hermione's smart. She knows to go on the easy side.
Yeah.
Okay, will Draco be nice? Draco Malfoy fights finally the time you get to see Wingardium Leviosa, where you literally lift Draco off the floor and smash him into the ground.
Just break his legs.
One way of getting rid of him.
It also makes like absolutely no sense that he's the final boss.
It is just ridiculous.
Yeah, the suplex spell.
Right, they could have been like, oh, we'll make it so you fight 3 Dementors, whatever, but no, it's Draco Malfoy.
Well, it's a Harry Potter game. You've got to fight your arch rival at some point.
I'm surprised you don't fight him like 4 times throughout the game and he gets stronger every single time you fight him. Go the real Pokemon route.
Oh, I hate when Buckbeak goes second.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
It's possible for Lupin to paralyze Buckbeak, and if that happens, we get a anti-paralysis potion at the very beginning of the game for this exclusive purpose, just so that Buckbeak isn't stuck.
Yeah, that just happened right now.
Oh, that worked.
It should be GG. Yeah, I got a crit, it's GG. Cool. I don't know if there's separate timers running. You know. Cool.
1:20:56 was that time.
Nice. It's a decent time for a marathon.
Yeah, GG.
Whoops, that's a mistake. I'm gonna save because I took a lot of damage. I don't think I'm gonna need the save, but...
Was that, what timing was that? Sake, was that at the end of the fight or the fade out after the points total? Okay.
Oh wow, I got a 3-turn paralysis on Lupin. That's weird.
That
Strange.
is very rare.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm still gonna have to heal because I went second.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. I got a crit on the first turn against Malfoy.
Nice.
I got 2 in a row.
4 turns. Jesus. Yeah, I might be able to skip the heal.
The Fumos on Buckbeak makes him disappear at 30 FPS. Yeah, I kind of deserve that.
Right now, spells. It's missing 2. This would have been a perfect fight if I had gone first. Problem with going second is that you kind of waste a turn because you cannot cast the one technique on Buckbeak.
It also means if you get paralyzed, it's another turn wasted.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another miss. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll make this estimate. There's like not enough. I'm 1 hit away. Nice crit. I didn't need that. I would have much preferred that be on Wingardium Leviosa than on Incendio.
I killed Lupin with a Flipendo.
Okay.
That was such a weird fight.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
And time for me. That's 124.35. I made an estimate. That's, I think, the first time I've made an estimate.
Nice.
GG.
Yeah, I'm in the tower, so hopefully.
Couple
be
minutes
fast.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess technically HP4 GBA in this marathon, you also made an estimate.
And at Potterthon 4, I made that too. But that was because it was Sake's estimate, not mine. If it had been my estimate, I might not have made it.
I think for me, it's going to be really hard to ever get a better time in a marathon compared to what I got last time. I think it was like 118 or something like that. Too much RNG.
Yes, someone was saying that 1 GBC was coming up next. It is also a RPG, but it is a very different run. This game is a lot of routing out MP and getting cards to build up your defenses so that you can whittle away opponents. HP1 GBC
whoop.
is a lot more glitch filled, and yeah, you kind of just bop a lot of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think run is over
You're-
because my emulator crashed. I believe.
Oh,
Oh.
MGBA closed unexpected.
and I take it you didn't save before the fight.
No, I didn't because it's usually
Yeah.
safe. Oh, that was almost at the end. It's fine.
We'll just pretend you finished. Yeah, well done. GG. GG. GG, Mike.
GG.
Got the best end fight anyone's ever had in a run.
that man, you killed him. You killed Lupin on a crit too. That
Yeah,
wasn't
that was
just
crazy.
with Hermione on a crit. That's something. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for 3 GBA. I guess we should hand it off to Sake so we can set up HP1 GBC.
Yeah. You definitely want to watch it. It's a really interesting run.
Yeah, it's a really cool one.
FYI, it's not HP1 GBC.
It's not?
It's
That's-
my run.
Oh, it's your run. Okay. People were confusing me.
Oh, it is. Cool. So actually, just don't stay for the next one. Just go. Like, it's fine. No.
Alrighty. We're gonna